Let's just do some stare goes on
Yeah.
some of these free agents as we go through them. Just starting at the top of the list. I'm not going to work my way all the way down to like Trajan Jeffcoat, but starting with Chase
I don't
Young.
know. We gotta get to at least the Zach Bond level, so we're not dismissing anyone that could be defensive
Hey,
player of the year next year.
hey, man, like that was a like an easy go at the time. So I mean, it just
Yeah.
kind of is what it is. Chase Young, what do you think?
I mean, I think go because I think he's going to price himself out of New Orleans. It sounds like they've had conversations with him. Sounds like they would like to have him back. They should want to have him back. I would sign him back at the exact same contract again. I still believe in the upside as long as you're paying for what he actually is. I think another team is going to pay for what he could be, and I don't think the Saints can afford to pay for what he could be.
This is such a cop out but it's just the truth. Like I was asking about, trying to get some insight onto Chase Young from all sides, and all sides are like, well, we got to kind of like see what Bo Davis's vision is for everything. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, sure.
it's just kind of like on hold right now. But yeah, I think he probably ends up going because like somebody with deeper pockets and more desperation is going to pay,
That
and that's
that
just
that
kind
was
of how
in
it goes.
someone's buzz article from the comment. I think it was Jeremy Fowler and Dan Graziano, but I apologize if it was someone else, where it was like, a lot of teams are looking at Chase Young. He's still just 25 years old, and now he's healthy from the next surgery. I mean, you can absolutely see the next team talking themselves into it. And they're going to try, and people are going to get excited about it, and they'll probably have the exact same season he's had every year in his career. But if for some reason people had stopped deciding to pay for him, I think the Saints would bring him back around the same value, probably, not more.
Juwan Johnson.
Same kind of thing. If the Saints are getting a little, we're the only ones who know about this guy discount. I think he comes back. They've always loved having him in their locker room. But if another team sees, his touchdown production over the years and think he's an untapped gem, just waiting to become the next Jonnu Smith, I think he would get priced out too. And everybody's got money, so I'm going to predict he gets away. Honestly.
So two things. Did you know Juwan's 29?
No, I guess not. But I mean, that makes sense. He's been on the Saints for 6 years, and he came out like kind of as a fifth year senior, so that does make sense.
It surprises me. Like I kind of felt like he was he'll be
Yeah,
29 start of the season. I thought he was a younger player. I'm gonna say go, but like it was interesting. When we talked to Loomis at the combine, he mentioned tight end. Like he was like, I don't have my full list of 25 things done yet, but he mentioned tight end. He's like, and it might be on there twice. Like
yeah,
so,
he did.
I think they got to revamp that position, but I think it probably starts younger, cheaper. It depends. Derek Carr takes a pay cut, and if he's like, "Hey, I want like some assurances that he's going to be a tight end," maybe that changes the conversation a little bit. But kind of where they exist now, I think it goes. I think it goes cheaper. I think they get younger at that position. I think that investment ends up coming through there. With younger, cheaper players, but yeah, the other thing here too is that Jawan's agency also has Tyler Conklin, who he was a good tight end too. He's a free agent, so they're going to kind of be setting the market, kind of dictating the market. They're going to have a really good feel for it. So I'm going to predict go. I had no idea he was 20. I just think he's at a point in his career where it probably makes more sense for him to try to go win, and makes probably more sense for the Saints to try to rebuild that position and get a little bit younger.
It's funny, both those guys and the next guy you're going to say are all on my list of, if I was the Saints, I was just scouring the rest of who's the young guy who hasn't quite hit yet, who has a chance to be better. Those are the guys you talk yourselves into free agency, and they both qualify, and so does this next guy.
Juwan Johnson was like 33rd on Florio's list of like top available free agents, ahead of Chase Young, I believe, too. Like that was kind of crazy to me. I would have flipped him, but like I can see it the other way. Like maybe it's a thing where you're too close to it, like, and you get
Yeah.
jaded by like hey, look, because we were kind of waiting for like Juwan to be like this like huge breakout, and it just kind of never quite hit. And like I think he just kind of stayed the same. Then he got on there with Rattler. I think his numbers got better. Like maybe in a different system, it's still there. I still believe. Like so, yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna end up going out and getting paid by somebody. Peyton Turner.
Oh, I thought Paulson Adebo was coming next when I kept saying somebody else. But Peyton Turner, now he's a guy I don't think will be priced out of New Orleans. So I mean, we have a brand new defensive coordinator, brand new defensive scheme, brand new defensive line coach. So it's hard for me to say I have any idea what they think of Peyton Turner. But I'm just going to guess go, because he probably could use a change of scenery. And if anyone else is going to bet a little bit on his potential, I think they'd be willing to let him go.
He had an Instagram post the other day that was like Only Go Where You're Wanted, like, it had a like, a song on it,
Maybe he didn't
I
get an
he
offer. Yeah,
he might be ready to move on. He
yeah,
might be ready to move on. Willie Gay, like, if he doesn't cost nothing, I'd keep him. Like, if you could get him back at the same price, I'd keep him, I think. Good locker room
yeah,
guy, $3,000,000, like, I would give him $3,000,000 for depth.
yeah. He can fill in and play either linebacker spot, or move pieces around if Demario or Warner's hurt. That's a good, solid third linebacker type of guy. Sure, I'll predict stay.
I'd want him for maybe even less than they were paying him last year, like, a little bit less, but, like, I think he's a good guy to have around, if it makes sense. Tano,
Again, I just have no idea what they're looking for in defensive lineman. He used to fit the exact mold they were looking for in Dennis Allen's defense, but I mean, he's signing as a veteran minimum somewhere. So I'll say stay. What the hell? Let's put a stay
yeah,
on it.
yeah, you can't give him 2.5 though. No,
No, no, he veteran minimum. Veteran minimum.
Udo, I'm gonna say goes.
Yeah, probably, but maybe finds his way back like in September.
That felt like a disappointment, kinda
Yeah,
overall. Lucas Patrick, I've heard that they wanna keep him, so I'm gonna say keep him.
maybe. I
I think
wonder.
they're trying I think
I
they're
wonder
trying
if
to keep
that's.
him.
I wonder if they. I wonder if that's where they make a Kellen Moore pick. Like, I mean, obviously we've talked about Makai Becton. He just played for him. I would like to see them maybe look for someone in free agency that they're penciling in as a starter at left guard, and Lucas Patrick feels more like fallback option to me.
We'll see. Will Harris,
Yeah, I like Will Harris a lot. He was super cheap. Was he veteran minimum last year? I
1.29.
Yeah, I would love it at that price.
And, we'll stop at, Paulson Adebo.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Man,
gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more.
I I I would have thought they were going to keep Paulson Adebo because I would have thought that injury was so significant that he's going to have to settle for a cheaper 1 year prove it deal. I think they could use him on the outside and move Alante to the inside. But again, some of those combine buzz articles and some of those rankings, I think he's firmly on the radar for what he has done. It's amazing in free agency how people are always trying to sell themselves. If you're trying to sell yourself on Paulson Adebo, I think he's going to get priced out of here.
And then, MVS.
What's your guess on Paulson?
I'm gonna say stay. I'm gonna say stay. Again, I don't really know what they wanna do though with those
Yeah.
position whole new scheme. Like, I don't know. I don't know if he's a pattern match specialist or not. Like, I haven't really thought about it.
I don't think he's going to be cheap, though. I really don't. I thought before he would be cheap, but uh, now that he's healthy, now that I mean, that cap went up 22 million for everybody. I mean, everybody has monopoly money out there. I think he's going to get paid.
I don't know if he does. I don't
Yeah,
know if he does.
yeah.
He might be one of them guys where, like, there's always, like, the up close perception and the distance perception. Like, I don't know. I don't what I don't even
I
know.
think I
I don't
think
even look
he,
at this up. Let me see, like,
I think he's favored by a distance perception. I think we watch every game and every snap, and we see the PI penalties and stuff. But from a distance, I think his
I'm
big
gonna
number.
say the opposite. I think he's
Okay.
favored from a hold on, let's see what the
All right.
PFF is on him. I have no idea what it is. I'm looking it up right now. I feel like he's one of those guys up close where, like, no, like, it's there, but then, like, other
Yeah.
people are like, this guy, like, gives up a lot of
He's a
plays.
big pass defenses guy, right?
Let's see. I don't know why it's not working for me.
I'll talk about MVS in the meantime. If they keep Carr, I think there's a great chance they keep MVS. It's funny, even when Carr was at his, lowest in the opinion of the fans, MVS was said, "I've always wanted to play with this guy. I used to play with Devontae Adams," and he talked about how he'll always give you a chance and throw it deep. That's MVS's game, and it proved true. He always got a chance at a deep pass, and Carr would throw it to him. I would think I don't think there'll be a huge market for MVS, and I think he'll see opportunity here in New Orleans. So I bet MVS stays.
They got him as a 63 out of 100, which is just
Oh,
very average. Let's see where
yeah.
that
That was
ranks among.
last season. What about the year before? Because the year before was his
They had him
his.
at a 78. Let's see where he's at overall among corners. They had him 82nd among corners last season. Where was it the year before? Year before, 23 was definitely his better season.
Yeah.
The corners,
Yeah,
it's a weird position, man.
he had
Like
18
it's
pass defenses in 23 too. I mean, he was if he had been a free agent after 23, he would have obviously
yeah, they had him 21st overall that year.
he would have been
But
in a
yeah,
way better position a year ago for sure.
I don't feel like I disagree with that either though. Like I was talking about him needing to he sat down early in the season, like because of
Yeah.
those penalties and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just predicting that the market will talk themselves into
He'll get
when
paid.
somebody put a season like 23 on tape and they're only 25 years old, somebody usually pays that somebody.
He'll probably get paid. He'll probably get paid more than he should. You're right. He probably will get paid more than he should. I'm gonna be I might now be most fascinated by that one.
I
Because
mean,
it's
when
a
you
weird
throw in the
position and there's been
medical
potential.
yeah, when you throw in the medical, broken femur, there's like I looked this up at the time. There's like 4 guys in football history who've come back to play with a broken femur, and only one of them was a high-end player.